And welcome to the Tuesday night training. This is only the 30-second training that I've done today. So,
Wait a minute. It's only going to be 30 seconds? What?
No, it's I've done 32 trainings today. But yeah, it's been really a fun day. These are the days that I absolutely love because I love to do these live trainings and just love to get this information to you guys and actually kind of play with the system a little bit. This is actually my time to get in and actually play and have fun building in the system because, you know, the rest of the time I'm shooting videos. But let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to do today. There's been some great stuff that we learned from Eric recently on how to set up opt-in forms that are coming from completely different websites. But when they opt in, they all go to the exact same subscriber list, and each person, whatever opt-in form they use, they get tagged to let you know where they came from. This is actually really, really cool, and I want to go ahead and set it up so you guys can see how neat this is, how we can do this. So let's go ahead and jump in and see if we can get everything set up. So before I go, do you guys have any questions that you need to fire off at me? Have you seen the training that we already did one time on this? Actually, Eric did a training. I did a training. This will be, I think, the third training that we've done on it. It's actually really cool. And as much as I knew in the system, I did not know about this feature. This was a news to me. And I was like, holy cow, have we been able to do that the whole time? So I was
loving
really
this
excited.
feature. This feature is really good, Shelley. I got excited when I watched Eric do it. And then I understood what he was saying and I went, yay, just one list. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. It was huge. Hey, James, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm experimenting with my Snap camera. How you like my beard?
I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. It looks like one of those Facebook masks that you have, the augmented reality.
Yeah, it's Snap camera. So there are like hundreds of filters. So this one makes me look like the guys in ZZ Top.
I was going to say ZZ Top. I was going to say that.
That's fabulous. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in because it's a lot to cover, and we want to make sure that we get it in for you guys tonight. I don't want to split it into a couple parts. So let's go ahead and jump into share. Excuse me. And I am going to jump into my account. Oh my gosh, look at that. I made a lot of money. So let's go into the home screen and see what we got coming on here. Oh, fabulous. So we'll go into the Pixel Perfect Builder. And I'm going to go into Enter. And we're just going to create 3 different login forms. And on those 3 different login forms, we're going to send them all to the same email list, but we're going to send tags. So each one of them is actually tagged with something different so that we can tell where they came from. Okay. So I guess the first thing I'll do is start a new site. So I'm going to go new website. Maybe. And I'm going to do just a blank page. I'm going to make you guys smaller so that you're not in the way. There's blank layout clean. Remember that on the blank layouts, it says that there's a bunch of them, but it's lying to you. The only one that's really blank is this one that says blank layout clean. So I'm going to click edit. And then I'm going to save it. And I'm just going to go ahead and name this one. And I'm going to say test1.memberbytes.com. Oh, we'll just call it test1 memberbytes. There you go. Fabulous. So there's my first one. And I'm going to go ahead and put an opt-in form in there. Before I get too deep and dirty, I'm going to jump into Mailing Boss and actually create my mailing list. So that's actually ready to go and I can connect. I'm going to go to Mailing Boss Autoresponder and click Enter. And we'll just create a brand spanking new email list for this. Oh, wow, there's a new thing right there, new workflow. Isn't that neat? All right, so I'm going to do a subscriber list, and we'll call this Tuesday night training 1. Fabulous. And then I'm going to name it that same thing for the display name and description, and then continue. And then on this one, I'm going to keep everything the same and go to next. And I want the first name and the email field, so I'm going to check mark both of those. And then I'll click Save Changes. And then it takes me through all the stock, S-T-O-C-K, stock emails, stock pages. These are the ones that are the default emails and default pages of the system. And I'm not going to edit those. I'm just going to blow through them and click Save and Next. And Save and Next. And Save and Next. And one more. Save and Next. Fabulous. And now on the fields, I'm going to click the fields, and I'm going to choose to put email as a sort order number 2 and first name as sort order number 1. And then I'm going to require first name field to be filled out. So those are the things I want to change, and then I'm going to click Save Changes. Fabulous. And now I'm going to go ahead and create a couple of things that I need for setting the tag, because I want to tag them. So I want to set up the tag system so that when they land on the, we'll say the email confirmation page, that they get tagged. Well, not the email yeah, let's do the email. I think I'm going to do the email confirmation page. So I'm going to do email confirmation page for each one. So I'm going to go to menu, and I'm going to go to integration key. And right here, I'm going to grab this integration key, and I'm going to highlight it and copy it. And then in my HTML editor, I'm going to go to the page settings. Then I'm going to go to the layout. And on the layout, I'm going to go to this gear. When I click that gear, it takes me into the layout settings. And all the way at the bottom, I'm going to put the Mailing Boss integration key right here. That means that I'm going to integrate Mailing Boss into this layout. So I'm just going to paste that key, and then I'm going to click Save. And then, of course, big save to make sure I've got everything saved, because save is my friend. And now I'm actually ready to get started with doing everything I'm going to do. So I'm going to go back into Mailing Boss, and I'm going to do one more thing, which is I'm going to go ahead and get some test rules. So I'm going to do, let's see, here's a test 1, test 2, and test 3. And these are tag values. These are the tags that I created for the last video. So they're already created. And to create them, all I did was click Add Rule. And I called them Reference Test 1, Timeout 0. And then on the list item, I choose the list that I was going to use. So I'm going to use Tuesday Night Training 1. And then action is insert tag value. And the tag is going to be test 1. And I'm going to go ahead and rename these. I'm going to name this test A, and this one test A. That way it's named differently than what I had before. So test A, test A. And I'm going to save that rule. Then I'm going to add another one, and this one's going to be test B. And on 0 time, that means that as soon as I hit the page that I'm going to put this on, it's going to tag that person. If I wanted a delay in this tag, so if they hit the page, but I didn't want to really assign the tag until they'd been on the page for maybe 10 minutes because I wanted them to watch a video, then I could change that timeout to 10 minutes. And that way, if they're on the page for 10 minutes, then they'll get the tag instead of immediately. But in this situation, I just want to tag them immediately. So now I choose the list, which is the Tuesday Night Training. And then on the action, insert tag. And then this one is going to be test B. And then save rule. And now add another rule. And this one's going to be test C. And the time is 0. I'm going to assign it to this subscriber list. On the action, I'm going to go to insert tag. And then test C. And save rule. So now I've done everything in Mailing Boss that I need to do. specifically on the integration key, I made sure to pick up the key itself. So I've got to copy this and put that on the layout. And then what I'm going to do in a few minutes is I'm going to take tests A, B, and C and put it on each of the pages. Okay, that's the important thing, is the key goes on the layout and then the reference ID goes on the pages. So that's what we're going to work on now. So I'm working inside my website, and I'm going to go to plus and text, and we're going to call this test A. I had to think about it a bit. Test A, and we'll do an opt-in form. So here's the email marketing form, and we'll use this one because it's got the blue button. I really like blue. And from here, let's go ahead and save our changes. Fabulous. And I'm going to go ahead and make a email confirmation page and a thank you page. I'm going to go ahead and make an email confirmation page, and I'm going to make a thank you page. So I'm going to go ahead and go here, and I'm going to add a page, and it's going to be blank, nothing in it. And I'm going to call this email confirm A. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. And on this one, I'm going to put the title on it so I know which page it is when I land on it. So email confirmation A. And center that just like that. And then we'll put some more text. And we'll say, don't forget to check your email and confirm. Fabulous. And I'm going to go ahead and save. Just like that. And now we're going to create a thank you page. So I'm going to create one more page, add a page, blank page. And this is thank you A. And I'm going to click confirm. Fabulous. And I'm going to put plus and text, and we'll call this thank you page. And we'll do like this. And then we'll add a little bit more text, and we'll say congratulations. Let me spell it right. You got to the thank you page. Fabulous. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and save that. And I'm going to make one single change that I did wrong, and that is on the names of the pages. If you'll notice, I've got email confirm A and thank you A. And what actually has to happen is I'm going to make 3 separate websites on 3 different domains. They're just going to be subdomains. But the email confirmation page and the thank you page all have to have the exact same name. So instead of email confirm A, I'm going to change it to email confirm. And every one of the email confirmation pages are going to have that same name, email confirm. And then on thank you, I'm going to change that to, instead of thank you A, just thank you. Okay, because the whole reason this works is because the email confirmation page and the thank you page have the same exact name. Okay. All right, we've done a lot of changes, so I'm going to click save and then save again. And then I'm gonna try something different. I don't know if this is gonna work, you guys, but we can give it a shot. And that is, I'm gonna tag them when they hit the email confirmation page, and I think I'm gonna tag them when they hit the thank you page. So I'm gonna see if I can hit them twice. Do you guys understand what I'm saying I'm gonna do? So they fill out the opt-in form, they land on the email confirmation page. I want to tag them. Okay, that means they got to the email confirm page. Then I'm going to go ahead and put a different tag on the thank you page, and I'm going to have it so when they click confirm in the email and they get to the thank you page, they get tagged the second time. not positive that's going to work, but let's try it out because it's fun to try. So let me upgrade the people that are here. And then what we need to do is actually create another tag. So hang on just a second. Let me share my screen. There we go. We'll go back into Mailing Boss, and we've got test A, test B, test C. And then I'm going to make 3 more. That's going to be test 1A, test 2A, test 2C. That way they'll get, if they go to the first funnel, they'll get test A when they hit the confirmation page and test 2A when they hit the thank you page. That's the goal. We'll see if that works. So let me add a couple more rules. So reference test 2, let's see, test dash 2. There we go. 0 minutes. And this is going to be on the Tuesday night training again. And insert tag and test 2A. Oh my gosh, I hope that works. Save the rule. And there we go. Well, let's do that. Test 2, test A. Let me think about how I want to name this. So I've got test 1, and this is A, test 2. So I'm going to call this test 3. I don't know if I can edit it, but we'll try. Test 3. Fabulous. Okay. No, not test 3, test 4. We need a test 4. Tuesday night training. Here we go, test 4, because we already have, no, we have an ABC, so test A1. That'll work. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. No. We'll do it test D. No. So test 2A. There we go. And test 2D. 0 minutes. Test. There we go. Tag. Test 2B. 2B. I'm cooking with gas now. And then add rule, test 2C, 0 minutes. Tuesday night training, insert tag, and test 2C. Yay. All right, so here's the plan. This is the plan. Let me scroll down here. So we've got test A is what they get when they go on to the first website email confirmation. Test 2A is when they go on the first website thank you page. Test B is second website email confirmation. Test 2B is second website thank you page. Test C is third website email confirmation, and test 3C or test 2C is third website thank you page. All right, so does everybody understand what we're doing? You guys got it? Dominic, you got it? Okay, I think I have it set up. Oh my gosh, we'll see. So let's test it out and see if we can set these pages up to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we'll go into the editor right here. And let's go ahead and set up our pages to get the tags. So email confirmation page, I'm going to go into the settings of the page. And all the way down at the bottom, I have to put the reference tag. So this is the first website, and this is the email confirmation page. So I should grab test A. That should be the reference code that I use. So I'm going to go to the editor and put test A there. I'm going to click save, and then big save. And save again. Fabulous. All right, now I'm going to go to the thank you page right here. And I'm going to go to the settings, scroll all the way down, and I'm going to get the Mailing Boss tag for the first website thank you page. So that's going to be test 2A. So I'm going to copy that, go back here, drop it into the tag area, Click save, and then save again. All righty, we're cooking with gas now. All right, so I've got that website set up except for configuring the opt-in form. That's the next big thing I've got to do. So let's go ahead and configure the opt-in form to connect to Mailing Boss. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to configure. I'm going to attach it to Mailing Boss. And then I'm going to grab that Tuesday night training and I'm going to click save and save again. And now the fun part is that URL underscore origin. So let me go ahead and go to my trusty little cheater page, and we're going to get the exact method of using that URL underscore origin. So let me find my my notes on that. That's under Builderall and important Builderall information. So I have a Google Doc that has all the important things that I need to get a hold of that are really important to be using all the time. And right here, the Mailing Boss URL underscore origin. So I'm going to copy that a link, and I'm going to bring it back over here to my website. Okay. So let me move this out of the way like this. And there's my HTML editor. So I'm going to go in here again, and I'm going to go to change URL. And y'all, this is where you would normally pick a very specific page in your website to go to. So when you pick pending subscribe, what does that mean? It wants to know what page do you want them to go to once they fill out the opt-in form and they're waiting to confirm their email. So normally we would click no action, and we would click page, and we would send them to a very specific page in our website, which would be the email confirmation page. But because we're trying to standardize this so that it works across several different funnels, instead of sending them to a very specific page, we're going to just use a little bitty snippet of code as a web address. So I'm going to click web address, and then inside the web address, I'm going to paste that code that I had. And then right here, I'm going to put the name of the page, which was email confirm, right? So that URL origin means that whatever URL I'm on, pull that URL and then add email confirm at the end of it and take me to that page. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. And then on the subscription confirm, I'm going to click that. I'm going to do the same thing, web address. And I'm going to paste in that neat little snippet. And then I'm going to put the name of the thank you page, which was just plain old thank you. And then I'm going to click OK. So now instead of sending them to a specific page, we told the system, look at the original domain of where this page was at and put that domain in there. And then add the name of the page where the email confirmation page is, or the name of the page where the thank you page is. And that's where I want them to go. So it's using a web address instead of a very specific page. So what this does is it keeps this form relative to what website you're on, instead of locked into a very specific page inside of a website, inside of a specific website. Okay? So I'm going to click confirm. And then confirm again, and then I'm gonna jump in to see if you guys understand. So any questions about that?
Yes, question. Okay, so I think I understand the concept of it. Basically, whatever your domain is, it's gonna work across different domains. What about subdomains? Will it also work for your subdomains?
It does. That's exactly how I'm gonna set it up here. So I'm gonna set it up as test1.whateverdomain.com. and test2 whatever, test3 whatever. So when I put in URL underscore origin, it's going to say, okay, what domain are we on? We are on test1.whatever.com. So I'm going to put that URL in there / email confirm. And I'm going to go to that page as the pending subscribe page, or the email confirmation page. And then when we go and click confirm for our email, then it's going to say URL underscore origin / thank you. So it's going to say, what domain were we on when we did this? It was test1.whateverdomain.com / thank you. So go to that page. So it's relative to what domain you're on. Okay? And remember, the other way is specific, very specific. It's saying go to this domain, go to this exact page, don't vary, don't pass go, don't collect 200, go straight to this exact domain and page. But with the URL underscore origin, it can take on whatever domain it's on. Got it? That makes it very flexible because it's relative to what it's connected to. It's really, really cool. So let's go ahead and save all of our changes. So I'm going to click save and then save again. Yay me. And before we get too busy, let's go ahead and test it to see if it works. So I need to think it through to make sure I've got everything set up. This is what we do with every single page or every single website. So far, I've created a whole website. This is the A website, and I'm on test page A, okay, for test website A. I've got the opt-in form. The opt-in form is set up to go into the subscriber list. It's also set up for the URL underscore origin, so that when I fill it out, it's supposed to go to the email confirmation page. So there's that. And on the email confirmation page, they're going to get the notice to check their email, and they'll get a tag, right? This one should be tagged. They should get a tag when they hit this page. And then they get an email. They go check that out. They click confirm. Then they should be taken to the thank you page. And the thank you page also has a tag, so they should get a second tag when they hit the thank you page. Okay? So does that make sense so far, you guys? Yeah? Okay, fabulous. So let's go ahead and do a test and see if it works right now to get the first 2 tags. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we'll save everything to make sure it's saved, good and saved. Fabulous. And now I'm going to go into my site list and take a look at all my websites. Man, do I have a lot of websites, you guys. I just added about 150 websites in the last 30 days. Not to this account, but to all my accounts. It's crazy. All right, so we've got, let's see if I can find where I put it. Test 1 member bytes. There's that one right there. So I'm going to publish it to make it public. Fantastic. And then I'm going to let it reload, and then we're going to attach a domain to it. So reload. This is the part that took the longest last time, was just reloading the page, right? All right, so it's reloading the page. There we go. Now it's public. And now I'm going to go in and I'm going to connect a domain. So I'm going to click connect domain. And I'm going to do test1.memberbytes.com. And we'll go with the CDN. And the main domain MemberBytes is already connected. So all I have to do is click save. And I got it, connect the domain. So test 1 is up. And it's got to reload, and then I'll go ahead and activate SSL. So reload, 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 reload. Maybe we can do it like this. There we go. Fabulous. Go, Builderall, go. It's like a race, isn't it? And then let's see if we can do this and activate SSL. Okay. And then we'll see if it reloads the page again, because it's thinking really hard again. And now it's ready. So what I've done so far is I've published it to make it public out on the internet so anybody can see it. Then I connected a subdomain. It's not a regular domain, it's just a subdomain. And I also activated SSL. And so now if I click on this, this is an active link, and I can actually go to this website and test it out. And remember we tell you all the time, test, test, retest, and test again. So the first thing we do before we actually copy this bad boy and make copies of it is we want to test it to make sure it's even working before we make copies. So I'm going to go ahead and click it and go to the live website, and there's test A. And let's go ahead and fill it out. So we'll go Tony and Tony at builderalldiva.com. And then get your free stuff today. And I should be taken to the email confirmation page, which is email confirmation for the website A. And now I'm going to check my email. So I'm going to go to my email area. So here's my email. And we're going to make sure I got a confirmation email. So I'm going to go to the right account. There you go. And it may take a minute or two to get a confirmation email in. So we'll let that percolate. There we go. So there's my confirmation email message. So I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to click here, and we hope that it's going to take us to the correct thank you page. So click here. And thank you page. So it says, congratulations, you got to the thank you page. Now the proof is in the pudding. Let's go check and see if we got tagged. So I'm going to go back over here to Mailing Boss, and I'm going to go to my lists right here. There's my Tuesday night training. I got 1 subscriber, which is fabulous. So I'm going to take a look at that subscriber. And oh my gosh, they got both tags. So it did work. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This person did get tagged with the email confirmation page, and they got tagged with the thank you page. So that's telling us that they hit both of the pages like they're supposed to. Okay, so everybody got that so far? Fabulous. Oh my gosh. So now I know, right? So what we're going to do now, guys, is I'm going to copy this website. That's all I'm going to do is copy it. And I'm going to make 2 more websites just like it. But I'm going to change just a couple of things because this is going to be the B version and the C version. And I'm going to sign up the same exact person for all 3 of them. And we'll see if they get all 6 of the tags that they're supposed to get. Is that exciting or what? Are you guys as excited as I am? Oh my gosh, let's do this. So I'm going to go to the live. And let's go back into our HTML editor. And everything is ready here. There's nothing that we have to change. Yay us. So I'm going to close this editor. I don't have to do anything with this one anymore. So close version A. And I'm going to go back to my site list. And there's version A. It's actually listed as test 1, but it's all good. I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm just going to click the duplicate button and OK. And we'll get a test 1 copy. And so we'll just let it reload. This is the hardest part, is waiting for it to reload. It just drives you crazy. But come on. I could have done this already myself. So it's actually rolling over here in the corner, thinking about reloading the page. So it's working hard. All right, there we go. It's coming. Come on, you can do it. There we go. Okay, so here's the copy, you guys. This is an exact copy of the first one that we made. But I'm going to go ahead and edit because there's a couple of little things I have to change. Nothing major, just little things. So on this one right here, all of this can remain the same. Remember, I set it up so that it is relative to the domain that it's attached to. So I don't have to change the email confirmation page or the thank you page because it's going to be relative to the domain that it's connected to. So I don't have to change that. I don't have to change the email list that it's going to because I want it into the same email list. So nothing has to change on the opt-in form. But I do have to go to the email confirmation page right here. And when I go to that page, I'm going to, actually I do need to change one thing to remind us. This is test site B. So this is just a reminder that we're hitting test site B. And then here on the email confirmation page, I'm going to change this to email confirmation B. And then a really important thing, I need to tag it with the different tag. So on that page, I'm going to go to the settings and all the way down to the Mailing Boss reference tag. And I need to get the right reference tag for this version. So I'm going to go into Mailing Boss and look at my integration keys. And remember, the tag for this one was going to be test B right here. So I'm going to copy that and paste it here, just like this, and then click save and save again. And I'm also going to make sure that the layout has the integration key. I'm going to make sure that copied over, because it doesn't look like it copied over the reference ID. So let me let this load, and then I'll check the integration key. Oh, and my internet is going crazy. Come on, load, you can do it. My poor computer is working really hard right now. All right, so I'm going to test the integration key just to make sure it's there. And yes, the integration key is still there, so that's good. So we changed the reference ID for the email confirmation page to make sure it's getting the right tag. I have to do the same thing with the thank you page. So I'm going to click the thank you page. And this is thank you page B. And then I'm going to go to the settings on that page. So right here to the gear. And I'm going to put the correct reference ID. So I'm going to go back into Mailing Boss, get my test 2B reference ID, and paste that into where the tag goes. And then I'm going to click save, and then big save, and save again. And holy cow, we've got version B ready. Okay, version B is completely ready. I'm going to save one more time and save again, just because I can. And now I'm going to close that bad boy, and we're going to go ahead and add this to a subdomain. So I'm going to go ahead and first publish. We're going to make it public out on the internet. So it's got it published. It's going to take a minute to reload the page. So we'll give it time to do that. I'll take a sip while I'm doing that, waiting. Fabulous. And it's reloading. Fabuloso. And now we'll connect the subdomain as soon as it loads. So I'm going to check mark here, go to connect domain, and this one's going to be test2.memberbytes.com. And then I'm going to do the CDN server and save and connect the domain. So now it's going to go through and reload the page again. So we have to wait for it again. So reloading. I need to learn more jokes so that when we have this downtime of waiting for it to reload, I can tell you guys funny jokes again. Because I only know one. All right, so it's reloading.
While we're waiting, can I say that the hurricane has passed us and no problems anymore?
Yay, that is fabulous news. I'm so glad. All right, so we got the domain. Now I'm going to do the SSL. So that's the last thing I'm going to do. So activate SSL and OK. And that will get test 1 and test 2 ready. And then we got one more to do, which is test 3. So we'll let that reload, and then we'll create test 3. So reloading. Here we go. All right. Or as Matthew McConaughey says, all right. All right, so here we go. There's test 2. We're just going to duplicate test 2. So I'm going to duplicate and OK. And now we're creating our test 3. And this is going to recreate the test site again. So we have a third copy. And we'll go in and do exactly the same thing we did with the second copy. We're just going to make sure that the correct reference IDs are there. We're going to change it so it says C instead of B so that we know we're on the right site. And then we can go and test all 3 of them with the same information and see what happens. So I'm like really excited to test this out. This is a game changer for sure. So here we go with test 3. This is the third one. So I'm going to edit. And when I go to edit, if you remember, the opt-in form is wonderful, except we want to change this to version C so that we know we're on the right one. And then here we're going to go to the email confirmation page, just like this. And we're going to change this one to C so we know we're on the right one. And we're also going to change that reference ID. So I'm going to go into the settings and go all the way to the bottom to find that tag. And then inside Mailing Boss, it's going to be test C for that email confirmation page. So we're going to copy it and then paste it and save. and then save again. And so the email confirmation page is done. Yay us, that was easy enough. And now we go to the test page. So I'm going to go to page icon, layout, thank you page. And we're going to identify this one as thank you page C, which is fabulous. And then we'll go into the settings and we'll make sure that the reference ID is correct. So I'm going to click configure for the settings, go all the way down to the bottom, and we're going to get that reference ID, which is test2C. And I'm going to paste that in there just like that. Click save, and then save again, and save again. And oh my gosh, you guys, I think we did it. I think that we're done setting up the actual pages. So I'm going to click save and save again just because I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and close this one. And we're going to make this published. So I'm going to click the publish icon and OK. And we'll make it out there in public and available to everybody on the internet. Really, it's available to everybody on the internet, but they won't be able to find it unless they're just specifically looking for that page. There's a lot of people that are afraid to put a website public. If you want to go public with your website and you don't have the domain name on it yet, nobody's going to find it, so don't worry. So we made it public, we put it out on the internet, we published it, and now we're going to connect that third domain. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the triple dots and go to connect domain, and I'm going to call this test3.memberbytes.com, and I'm going to connect it to the CDN server, and I'm going to click save and then connect. And so now it's working its magic. It's connecting that subdomain, and then we can activate the SSL, and then I think we'll be ready to test. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I just can't hardly stand it. So it's reloading the page. And it's really, really slow. There we go. We're almost there. The anticipation is killing me, actually. All right, so we've got test 1, test 2, and test 3. So now before I actually test everything and make sure it's working, I want to make sure you understand exactly what we're doing, because it's actually an amazing thing what we're doing, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same exact email. It's not going to be 3 different emails. It's going to be the same exact email. I'm going to sign up with every single one of these opt-in forms. So they're going to be on completely different subdomains. And it's going to actually connect all 3 times to the same subscriber list. And it's going to give me 6 different tags. It should give me tag A, tag 2, test A, test 2A, test B, test 2B, test C, test 2C. Is that right? Oh my gosh, are you guys excited to test it? Let's go.
Wait, was it 2B or not 2B? Which one?
I don't even know. If you ask me again, I'm not going to be able to tell you.
I'm trying to be as cool as James. But,
I know, right?
I don't think
anybody can be as cool as James is right now.
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm just trying here.
It's all right. You can give it a shot, but you know, some people are just going to
playing catch up. And I sent you a new joke in your private text.
Oh, awesome, good. Yeah, if you guys have any good, clean jokes, send them to me because I only know one.
Well, it is clean, but it sounds dirty if you read it.
Well, the one that I tell is it's not exactly dirty, but it's not exactly clean. I have to actually. I have to explain. It's bad when you tell a joke because a lot of people don't know what a proctologist is. So I have to actually explain what that is before I tell them.
You'll like this one. It's cute. It's
good.
It's a cute joke.
Fantastic. All right, you guys, let's test it out because I can't stand it. I can't wait. I want to make sure it works. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to go to the first one first. We know that works, but we still need to test it to make sure that it can get all of our information, and then the same information here and the same information here. So I'm going to go to test 1. There it is. And I'm going to do it with my name. So Shelly, and then Shelly at builderalldiva.com. All right, then I'm going to click get your free stuff today. And yay, so far so good. So I'm going to check that email and see if I can confirm. So let me go into the confirmation area. And you know what? I just thought about something. We're not going to be able to get to the test page for the second two. And I'll tell you why in just a minute. But let me refresh and we'll get our, oops, wrong one. We change the account. And we'll refresh and get our confirmation email. And so we won't be able to get tagged with the thank you page for site B or C, and I'll tell you why in just a few minutes. You may figure out why. So we're waiting, 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 and waiting some more. The waiting is the hardest part. There it is. So now I got my email that says confirm my email address. So I'm going to click here. And I'm now on the thank you page. So I've hit the email confirmation page. I've hit the thank you page. I should get both tags. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back into my site list. And I'm going to go to test number 2. And we'll click that one. I'm going to put the same information in. So Shelly, oops, let me type it again. Shelly and Shelly at builderalldiva.com. And I'm going to click get your free stuff. And now it's actually saying that I've already have an account. So that's the problem that I was worried about, because when you have an account already, it's going to say, hey, you have to update your information. And I think that's why when Eric did this, he set the thank you page as the email confirmation page and the subscribe confirm page, because this is what's happening when we do this as a separate email confirmation and thank you page. So in order for this to work correctly, we have to have the email confirmation page and the thank you page as the same page for every single page. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So let's see, let me share my screen. There we go. So I'm going to jump back into these pages, maybe if I can find where everything's at. So I'm going to close this and close this, and we'll go into the first one. I'm going to edit. And this is a double opt-in, but even though it's a double opt-in, I have to set the URL as the thank you page, even for the pending subscribe, because that's what's causing the problem. Is when we go to the second site and it goes to the email confirmation page, it sees that this person already exists, and it's telling you I can't put you back in the in the subscriber list because you already exist. So to prevent that from happening, we just don't put the email confirmation page in, we do a thank you page. So I'm going to try that. So I'm going to go ahead and take that, copy it, and paste it into here. And then OK. And then confirm. And confirm. And save. And save. And I'm going to do that same thing for all 3 of the websites. Okay? So I'm going to close that one because I've saved it. Let me save it again just because I can. Save and confirm and return. All right, so test A is done. Let's do test B. So we're just going to do that same exact thing where I right click, go to change URL, and I'm going to go here. Oh, it changed it for me. So it's got thank you there and thank you there. So confirm, you confirm, and then save, and then save. So now B is changed, and now let's go ahead and see if we need to change C. So I'm going to go here and right click. Oops, sorry. I have to edit, not look at it. All right, so right click it and go to change URL, and it has the thank you page. So I changed the first one, and all the other 2 actually changed automatically because they're connected. So that's the thank you page and the thank you page. So they're both set to the thank you page. So this is going to prevent it from going to that, whoops, you're already a subscriber. Okay, that's a serious issue because then you won't hit those pages and get your tag like you're supposed to. So what's going to happen is we will never hit the email confirmation page to get those email confirmation tags, okay? So does everybody understand what's happened? Okay, that was my one worry, was were we going to hit that ugly, ugly stock page that says you already exist in the system. Do you want to update your profile? And that's what setting up the email confirmation page on the other two caused to happen, okay? So to prevent that, we just set it to go automatically to the thank you page for both of those, the pending subscribe and the subscription confirmed, okay? Everybody with me? Fantastic. So what's going to happen now is when I do this brand new again, we're not going to get the test A, test B, and test C tags, because all of those are on the email confirmation page and we're never going to hit those pages. But we should get the test 2A, test 2B, and test 2C tags. Is that right? Okay, let's test it out and see if it works. So I'm going to go to share. And we'll save this bad boy just to make sure everything's like it's supposed to be. Yay me. And we'll close it. And I'm going to go into Mailing Boss and I'm going to do a cheater thing. Let me go into the list. And we're going to just delete Shelly so that we can start her from scratch. So there's Shelly right there. We're going to delete her because she's a pain in the booty. There we go. Now she's not in there at all anymore. So we're going to actually resubscribe Shelly, and we're going to go through like we were never subscribed ever. So I'm going to go ahead and go here to test 1, and we'll resubscribe Shelly. So Shelly at builderalldiva.com, and get your free stuff. All right, so congratulations. So I've hit that thank you page, and I should have tag number 1. Now I'm going to go to the second one, and I'm going to do the same thing. If it will let me. There we go. Shelly, and Shelly at builderalldiva.com. And then get your free stuff. And there's thank you page B. So I landed on it, so I'm going to get that tag. So now I'm going to go to the third one. And I'm going to say Shelly, and then Shelly at builderalldiva.com, and get your free stuff. And thank you page C. So oh my gosh, now we got to check it to see if I got all the tags. So let's go ahead and jump into Mailing Boss, and I'm going to go to my subscribers, which is right here. Same thing. I'm going to refresh it just to see what I got. And here we've got Shelly, and apparently I spelled it wrong because I've got Shelly at I've got Shelly at Builderall Diva and Shelly at Builderall Diva. So if I had spelled it correctly and it didn't see it as a brand new person, I would have gotten all 3 of these tags like I was supposed to. So it's tagging exactly like I set it up to, which is test 2A, test 2B, and test 2C. So anyway, that's how you can be using the same email address for multiple opt-in forms on multiple websites to be able to connect to the same subscriber list, tag each one of them so you know where they're coming from. And then when you set up an email to send an email, you can send that email to only a specific tag. So if they came from that website A, then I can say only send the emails out to test 2A people because they came from that A website. Okay, does that make sense? Go ahead, Dominic.
One problem, I'm seeing a single opt-in.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's actually a double opt-in. So they'll get the email that tells them to confirm. It's just that they'll get that after they get the tags.
Okay, so on your thank you page, you would also tell them, oh,
Yes.
by the way, you want to go to your email to be taken to your offer.
Yes.
Aha, I gotcha.
There you
That's
go.
slick. That's slick.
That-
Okay.
That is slick.
Okay, that's slick. I'm seeing it now. So
Yeah, they'll still get a confirmation email. It's just that
is acting as both.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's a dual purpose thank you page.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Shelly. So next time you do this exercise, you will put the wording correctly. Am I correct?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
simple. All we would do, let me go ahead and share my screen.
Yeah.
So if I go back to one of the pages, so let's edit that first one. So I'll go back to edit. And so this email confirmation page is not playing a role in it at all. I don't even need it. So I'd go to my thank you page right here. And I would just make sure to drop in some text somewhere in there that would say something like, make sure to check your email to confirm your membership and get your reward. There you go. So you can make it very clear that if they don't check their email and confirm, they won't get whatever reward that you offered. So if you offered a lead magnet or something like that, you can deliver it in the email only after they confirm and they become a part of your email list. Okay? So on that thank you page, you're going to give your person instructions on how to confirm their email address so they can get whatever lead magnet you were offering. So it's a dual purpose page. It's going to be a thank you page, congratulations, and then don't forget, make sure you click confirm to be able to get your reward for signing up for our list, because you're not officially signed up until you confirm. Okay?
Shelley, can you put a timer on both the offer and on that confirmation page? Can you could you put a timer on the reward and then replicate that timer on the thank you page?
What would the timer be for? I mean, what are you counting?
Well, let's say that I just opted in. You want to make sure that I confirm the email, and so if you gave me 5 minutes to do it, and say that my reward was going to expire in 5 minutes. You see where I'm going with it?
Yeah, I do, but and you can put a timer on there if you want to, but it won't really expire.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, if there was a way to actually make the rewards, expire.
Nope, there's no way to make the reward expire, because what you're going to do is you're going to set it up so that they get the email confirmation, right, that says click this to confirm your subscription. Mm-hmm. There's no timer that you can put on that, and then that when they click email confirmation, they're going to be then added to your email list, and that triggers those automated emails to go out. So There's not really a way that you can say, if they don't do this, then don't send this email. It's an email list. In fact, it's usually the welcome email that goes out that has the reward that you offer them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
Okay. Good. Any other questions, you guys?
Shirley, just one thing. So we don't need the email confirmation page at all, basically.
Nope. If you're using the URL_origin, it's going to mess it up, because it's going to send you to the stock account page. That's but ugly stock page.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool.
So you can skip it all together. Just use the thank you page in both of those fields.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Any other questions, you guys?
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I love this feature. It makes it so much easier. And y'all, I just put together, last night I was up till about 4 o'clock in the morning, no kidding, putting some websites together that this feature is going to work perfectly for. So it's overwhelming that this came at the exact right time. I don't know how long this has been possible, but I don't know if the developers were like hiding this and keeping it a secret, but I'm so glad that Eric did the training on it, so I could see that little bitty snippet, right? That URL_origin doesn't sound like it's that big of a deal, but holy crap on a cracker, it's big. Yeah. That means that I can have 100 subdomains with opt-in forms, and every one of those are going to get to go to the same email list, but they're tagged, so I've got them separated out based on where they came from. So I can send out specific emails to those people based on where they came from, what funnel they came in on. That is absolutely insanely cool. Really cool.
Yeah, but Shelley, what happens if you have the same person opting in on 2 different funnels?
That's what I just did. Remember, I used the Shelley at builderalldiva.com on all 3 of them.
Yeah.
That's why we took out that email confirmation page, because when we did that, it let us go ahead and use the same email 3 different times.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right. James, question? This is cool. Oh, you're muted. If you're talking, you're muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Do you think you might do a training at some point where you demonstrate the use cases, such as maybe tracking UTM codes as the tags associated with specific pay-per-click campaigns or
I've actually
some kind of paid campaign?
I've done some UTM training, the Google user tag management system for analytics. I've done some training on that one already, but it was about a year and a half ago. So it's time to bring it out, dust it off, and do it again. So I may put that on the list of stuff.
What would be some other use cases for what you just showed us other than UTM campaign tracking?
I don't know. I just think it's a great way to get all of your subscribers into one list with, and then differentiate them by tags. Because that way you don't have to have 52 lists that you've got going on. And you can have 52 lists and have them list hop based on rules to make them go into the same list. But it's bulky, noisy, it's a lot of work. You have to remember what you did. You have to put flow charts together on how it's happening. This way they can all go into the same list, and then you're differentiating everybody by tags instead of list hopping, which is much better. So to me, this is just a way to organize your list better and have it in one place instead of 52 places.
Yeah, like I might run 2 different ads to the same opt-in form. One Rich Bonfire with the beard, and one with the Rich Bonfire with the suit and the cigar, and use a different UTM code and see which one I get the better opt-in rate for.
Yeah,
so
that
would be valid use case, right, for this?
Yeah, I think that for that though, I might go with a split test instead of different, like a subdomain, 2 different subdomains. I'd go with the split test. You know, you can do split testing.
Right, but I meant in the actual like a, say, a YouTube ad. I might do 2 different YouTube ads, right? Both pointing to the same opt-in form and associate a UTM code with each ad.
Cool. Okay, you can do that. You can absolutely do that. So lots of fun stuff. Again, I think this is one of those that once you dig in a little bit, you can figure out how useful this actually is. When I saw Eric do it, I was like, what the crap? How come I didn't know about that? So I was really excited about it. So this is one that hit me at the exact right time. Hopefully you guys are able to implement it as well, because what I was doing before this was a lot of list hopping. And let me tell you what I would have done before. And that is I would have created 3 different lists, a test 1, a test 2, and a test 3. And test 1 would have been probably my main list. And then when they landed on test 2, I would have had it automated so they were moved to test 1. And then when they landed in test 3, I would have had it automated so they moved to test 1. So even though it's the same idea, it's a lot more bulky than if I just send them all to test 1 with the tags. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Thank
Dominic.
you so much. It was well worth the wait.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Dominic.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night, Felicity.
Okay, now I'm thinking ahead. Like, okay, so I got my sequence and I got my flows going. Now I can totally branch them off. Okay, so this one went to this. It has these tags, and I can totally branch them off in the same flows. Am I correct?
Say it again. Say it one more time.
Like in an email sequence where we have it all set up with our flows. And so we have them tagged with all these different tags. I'm seeing that I can totally branch them off inside that flow. Am I thinking about it correctly? Yep. That okay, the ones with this tag, they're going to hit this sequence here. The ones with these tags are going to hit this sequence. and I could do it all in one sequence instead of having 3 different sequences.
Well, I think you're probably going to have 3 different sequences.
Well, within one though, but instead of
within
having,
one workflow, yeah. So you can
Yeah.
have this sequence over here is going to this tag, this one's going to this tag, this one's going to this tag.
right, that's
Really
what I'm
depends
thinking.
on how you want to do it. Now that could get really noisy if you've got a big list and a lot of tags. So you
Right.
can create different workflows based on the sequence that goes out to this tag. So you can say this is the tag 2B sequence, and everything in that workflow has to do with tag 2B.
Hmm.
It just depends on how you want to organize it. It's a different way of thinking about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm kind of thinking like, kind of something like similar to what like James set up, where he's got, you got your active, inactive, and test. I'm
Yep.
thinking you can do that all that in one email sequence is what I'm thinking, instead of how he has it in 3 lists. Am I thinking about this correctly, or am I complicating?
You are, but I think that might be the next training, is now taking this one list with a bunch of tags and
Mhm.
organizing our email sequences. So that may be the next training.
Cool.
That way you can see it now that we've gotten all these different tags in the same list. Now how do we create the sequences to go out to the different tags? So that's probably what I'll do with the next training, so we can follow up and you can see the next step of what would happen. Okay? Does that sound good? Okay. And I want you to know, Dominic, that I'll never remember all the steps to this joke. Remember that the joke I have is, if you guys didn't hear it earlier, I'll go ahead and tell it to you. If you did hear it, too bad. I'm going to tell you again. What do you call a Jamaican proctologist? A Pokemon.
Well, is mine clean enough to say? I'll say it.
It is actually clean enough to say, but I'll never remember all the steps. So you go ahead and tell it.
Okay, so how do you catch a polar bear? You cut a huge hole in the ice. You put peas around the hole, and when he goes to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
It is a great one, but y'all, I'll never remember all that. I'll be like, wait, I don't remember what you do to make him do it. That's how I will end that joke. Too many steps on the joke. I can't do it. It's got to be nice and easy, nice and easy. That's where I can do anything on software, computers, anything. But if it's a long, drawn out, complicated joke, I can't get it. That's where I draw the line.
I've got a simple one. How many programmers does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
None. It's a hardware problem.
That's a great one. I might remember that one. Now that I'm an amputee, I have a few amputee jokes that are, if I wasn't an amputee, maybe they would be harsh. But as an amputee, I'm allowed to say it, right? Because that's the way it works. So what do you call a person with no arms and no legs? That's in the swimming pool. Sorry, I forgot a step. Bob, that's exactly
Bob.
right.
Okay. A guy with no arms, no legs sitting on a wall. Art. A guy with no arms, no legs sitting on your porch. Matt. A guy with no arms, no legs, and a pile of leaves. Russell. Oh, I got 1,000,001. Sorry.
I have one more. What do you call a dead blonde in a closet? Last week's hide and seek winner. That's it, you guys. I have no more. I'm tapped out now. That's all I got.
I didn't hear that one. The answer.
You want me to tell it to you again?
The punchline. Yeah.
All right. What do you call a dead blonde in a closet?
No.
Last year's hide and seek winner.
Okay. Got it.
All right, you guys. Now that I've offended people that have amputations, and I've offended blind people, is there anybody else that you would like me to offend before we go tonight?
Oh, I see edit job coming since this has been recorded.
I know, right?
I hear
Okay.
edit job coming.
I'll offend everybody. How many
Go for it.
how many feminists does it take to change a light bulb? That's not funny.
I've got something. I've got one, but this may not be a joke per se, but it was something that comes at the end of a speech, and it was like, stand up, touch your hearts, turn around, and sit down. And then it says, and remember, I stood you up, I touched your hearts, and I turned you around.
There you go. That's pretty good. I might have to remember that one and use that one myself or something like it. All right.
Well,
guys.
it's funny. It came out of a training magazine. It was like, it's so easy to use and remember.
Yeah, that is a good one. I like it. All right, you guys, now that I've made you giggle a little bit, hopefully I taught you something new. We will tackle the second half of it on the next Tuesday night training, which will not be next Tuesday because I will be down in the Caribbean without a phone and without a computer. So I'm like super duper excited. Oh my gosh. This is a crazy week. I have so much training. It's like one of my busiest weeks. So by the time I get to Friday, I'm going to be like, where is the boat? Let's get to the boat. So super duper ready, you guys. But thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad you did. Hope you learned something new. And don't forget that we've got training tomorrow morning. And then we've got the boot camp tomorrow. We've got agency training. And then Thursday, boot camp agency. And then Friday, ambassador, boot camp, certified partner, and agency. So we've got a lot going on to push through to the end of the week. Okay? I will see you guys later. Have a great one. And thank you again. Bye, you guys.